Welcome everyone to Andre's Basketball Thoughts Podcast. I am Andre himself, and welcome to the podcast. Today's podcast, as you can tell from the title, it is discussing how important are NBA rings, NBA rings, championship rings. Championship rings. This is just championship rings in general. Why does this matter? Not only that, but what made me think of this. So I'm at work. I'm working. This passed through my mindset. And are these rings are 1,000% important to several NBA players throughout the history of the NBA, right? Throughout the history of the NBA, there are players who've played 15 plus years, right? The players that played 15 plus years. There are several role players that played that long that never even touch an NBA championship. Yep. Before this past season, Al Horford was going down as one of those players who played for so many years and never touched an NBA championship. And one had to wonder, probably in his mind too, would he ever win an NBA championship? Because he's created this long legacy, this amazing NBA career. All thing he's missing now happens to be what? An NBA championship. And now that he has the NBA championship, I'm pretty sure now he's more than welcome to, okay, I can go ahead and retire now. I'm pretty sure he's like, man, I've done it all now. I finally done it all. I got my championship. It took X amount of years. Because if you look at his career, uh, a one-time All NBA player, a one-time All Defensive player, an All Rookie Second Team. It's not a crazy career, but it's a successful career because he's been consistent. He's played the power forward, the centers, played for the Atlanta Hawks. Of course, you know he played for Boston, played for Philly for about a year. He played for the Thunder. Technically, he played for the Thunder. Technically, he did not play for the Thunder. Kind of like a here, relax type deal. That's how I always look at it. But with that being said, he's pretty sure he's good enough now. He's like, all right, I can go ahead and retire. But then you have players who played that long, never even got to see the championship for it. That has to be that sucks, right? It does have to suck. So nowadays, especially with the younger generation coming in and they're trying to change the rules is what's going on here. I don't know if you guys noticed that, but they're trying to change the rules. They're trying to make it seem as though um, winning a championship is not the end all be all. But if you ask several NBA legends, if you ask a lot of role players throughout their time, especially the ones that played 15 plus years of consistent basketball, they would tell you that winning the championship was their goal, has always been their goal, and the fact that they never got one probably don't sit right with them. It probably doesn't sit right with them at all. So, yes, it is a team accomplishment. You are correct. But even every single team, you have to do something to get that. You know what I'm saying? It doesn't matter how you want to see it. You have to play in front of you. You have to play the guys in front of you all the time. So that got me thinking back to players and their legacy, career legacies, their legacy in general, the all-time rankings, all that stuff plays into major factor when it comes to if they have a ring or not. If you think I'm lying, what's your top 10 all time? And how many players in your no, not top 10 all time? Who's your top 10 per position? And is there a reason why certain players not in that top 3 or 4? Because they don't have that same category as winning a ring as the other ones up there. So I can tell you right now, I have that several. If Steve Nash, if Steve Nash was able to win one championship, just one, if he was able to win one championship, he would be higher up on my all-time point guard list. You know what I'm saying? He would have been on my all. He would have been higher up. He's on my top 10. He'd just been a lot higher up. Even though with the two MVPs and stuff like that, it was just giving him that championship. No matter when he got it, I would have pushed him up higher because of the championship. Yes, I think Chris Paul is a top. Have him outside of the top 5 because he doesn't have that championship. If he had that championship, maybe I have a whole different argument, especially the way he was, how he's always there to help his team get to that championship level. I think I would pretty sure I would have pushed him up higher. There was people, and people continue to say this too. There are people out there that says that James Harden is better than Dwayne Wade, especially if he wins a championship. No matter what, they was going to put him above Dwayne Wade, saying his career was just that much better. And Wade's career is only better because of the championship or championships, I should say. The same thing with Allen Iverson. Some people got Allen Iverson at 3, saying, "Oh yeah, he had a better career than Dwayne Wade," and et cetera, et cetera. So clearly, a championship changes everything. It changes careers, changes legacies, it changes all-time rankings, it changes everything. So you have to think back. If you think back throughout the history of the NBA, Elgin Baylor for those Lakers squads. Elgin Baylor didn't get his championship ring, right? Technically, he didn't. Technically, he did. I don't know how one would see it, but I think he did not. I think he goes down as one of those players who never got his championship ring, because the same year they won the championship, I think he only played 10 games or something like that. He played 10 games and he ended up retiring, and then they went on to win the championship. I don't think he got his championship ring because of it. So him and what he was putting up throughout his prime, which it was like 25 plus points per game, 10 plus rebounds, along with probably 3 to 5 assists a game, or 5 plus assists a game. Let's go 4 plus assists a game. And he didn't get that championship. I think with that single championship will put him even higher up on the all-time small forwards list. I got him in my top 10. That's it. I got him in my top 10. I don't know exactly where, but I know he's in my top 10. And I can't rank him up higher because he doesn't have that championship. A player like Reggie Miller played for, I think, close to 20 years. If I'm not mistaken, it's either 19 or 20 years, or it could have been 18, 19, 20 years in the NBA. And as much stuff, he's the greatest pacer of all time. And he's in my top 10 shooting guard list. But I think I would have him potentially a little bit higher if he had a championship ring. That I know he was desperately looking to get, especially when that 04, that was his retirement year, when that team came through. That team was really good, and I'm pretty sure he thought he probably seen the NBA championship coming his way. I'm pretty sure that's what he was probably thinking. He's like, "Oh man, I got a championship coming my way. We're doing really good. We're playing really great. Hopefully, this ends what I'm thinking it's going to end as." And then it didn't happen. So he's like, one of those. I got to retire. I can't play no more, and it's not happening. The same thing with who else is like that? Karl Malone and John Stockton are 2 other players like that. They are great. They're one of the best duos, probably top 10 duos of all time in NBA history. However, they never got that championship. So some people like, yeah, they cool, but they couldn't do it. You know what I'm saying? And a lot of people, I know I do. Let me be honest. I do. Get pushed back. It's like, because they don't have that championship, I can't rank them higher. I can't rank them higher, especially with other players that done better than them in their position. So it makes it very difficult. I think rings are very important. I think they submit legacies. I think they submit everything that you need to submit. Now, also, what they do is they also create new narratives, and they push false narratives because of a championship. Perfect example happens to be in 2020. Once the Lakers won, Anthony Davis, all of a sudden people was like, Anthony Davis is a better player than Tim Duncan, who is the greatest power forward of all time. It's like, hold on. Because if you're saying that, you're saying Anthony Davis is the greatest power forward of all time. And then you have to have that argument. Is he better than Tim Duncan? Is he better than Karl Malone? Is he better than Dirk? Is he better than KG? Hell, is he even better than Giannis? And you got to have that conversation to try to rank him as the number 1 power forward of all time. But for you saying that, come on now, you know what I'm saying? It's one of those, come on now. The same thing in a situation to where, you know what, let's keep on that subject right there. We'll keep on that subject right there. The championships, the championships like that. Certain narratives gets pushed. So when the Lakers won in 2020, of course the media came out, did their little poll. Is LeBron James the GOAT now? who's the GOAT? Michael Jordan and LeBron James after winning his fourth championship, and people gonna vote how they gonna vote. My personal opinion, I always say after 2016, LeBron, which is vibing, he could have retired in 2016 with his 3 rings because he got one for Cleveland, and then 2020 just added more to his legacy, in my personal opinion. So whoever you have as the GOAT, that's just whatever. In my personal opinion, if you haven't found out who you think is better by now, who you got as your GOAT, you probably never will. You know what I'm saying? You got to have whatever your plan is, you just got to figure it out. So there, in my personal opinion, they were just pushing the narrative to see if people think LeBron is the GOAT now. You know what I'm saying? Whether that's the media, whether that's whoever, but they're pushing like, oh, is he the GOAT? Is he the GOAT? Is he the GOAT? And they'll keep asking that question every single time because because them themselves don't have a good answer. So why are we gonna have the answer? You know what I'm saying? 2021, when the Bucks won the championship, Giannis somehow jumped into the people was fine and dandy putting Giannis as a top 10. I think people put him as a top 15, top 20 player of all time so quickly with just a single championship. It's like, hold on, we just assuming he's going to win more. And then on the power forwards list, all-time power forwards list, I think people probably already got him in a top 10 position already because of his resume and what they assuming is going to continue to happen for his career. That's what a championship does. 2022, Curry wins his fourth championship, his first Finals MVP. Should have been his second Finals MVP, but I'm not gonna get into that. The question became: is he's the GOAT? He's the point. He's the GOAT. He's the point guard GOAT. That was the argument. So I was like, I don't know if I'm gonna push that just yet. I said, that's a debate. That's definitely still a debate. I can go with either or. I am fine with either or. But for me personally, I still got Magic right now. Like I said, I had wished that Curry had that other Finals MVP. I wish he had a 2 Finals MVP because then I can definitely push that agenda that, yeah, he might be the GOAT point guard. I'm just saying, he might be the GOAT point guard type deal. You know what I'm saying? So that's narrative. 2023, Jokic. Jokic wins his MVP, his Finals MVP. And the argument is, well, after that, now he has another MVP after his list. People are pushing for his top 15 position with one championship. There's like, yeah, he got one championship already. He might get 4 MVPs. Like he ain't. I don't think he's getting any more MVPs. I'm just saying. I was like, but they get to push heavy for Jokic being top 20. You know what I'm saying? But that's the thing that they can put. They're gonna end up pushing that, saying that yeah, he's this, and this. This past year, the Boston Celtics won. This is the only time that a team won a championship to where the Finals MVP player doesn't. This is the first time that an NBA championship, the first time in a while that somebody can win an NBA championship and it does not affect their all-time standing. Because Jaylen Brown, I don't think he's in my top anything as he's not in my top anything so far right now for his career. His career is so young still. And I have to decide whether or not he's the shooting guard or the small forward. And then once I figure out which one I want, I'm pretty sure I got him at the shooting guard position still. He's not top 15 or top 20 in the shooting guard list right now. So where's people going to end up ranking him? He hasn't been ranked. That's my thing. He hasn't been ranked. A lot of the past players who's won an NBA championship in the Finals MVP, they haven't been ranked. They've been ranked already as something. Jaylen Brown is the first player who doesn't rank anywhere. His position has not moved him into top 20 talks or top 25 talks or even top 30 talks. You know what I'm saying? And that's what happens. So then if you go back besides the 2020s, let's go 2019. You got Kawhi Leonard and the Raptors when they won. That pushed Kawhi Leonard up there. You know what I'm saying? Pushed Kawhi Leonard probably as a top 20, top 25 player. But since then, injuries has really derailed his career again, which makes people have that uncomfortable conversation of whether or not he's top 20 player of all time. I got him in my top 10 small forwards of all time, but that was I'm gonna do an updated list. Don't worry, I'm gonna do an updated list. It's coming soon. It's probably coming close to the end of the year this year, but that's coming soon for per position. top 10s per position that's coming soon because it's been a while since I've done one and I need to do a new one, updated one. But I mean, he was already ranked somewhere. The Warriors, Kevin Durant. Kevin Durant was now being the top 20 player of all time with the double championships. And some people got him in their top 10s. Not I. Some people got him in their top 10s already. So he entered those conversations. Of course, you LeBron in 2016. We know what that did for him. Then you're looking back to the Warriors again. Uh, that it did nothing for Iggy. Did absolutely nothing for Iggy. That's why Curry should have won it. More narratives need to be pushed for for Hawaii. Kawhi winning the Finals MVP in 14 started started up as just his continuation of developing and getting better that led to him being one of those top 25 players of all time. LeBron winning the two in Miami quickly put people in his conversation for argument as the greatest player of all time. My cousin was calling him the GOAT after two championships. It's kind of crazy. For Dirk, it helped Dirk tremendously out because Dirk wasn't, I'm pretty sure Dirk wasn't even looked at as a top 20 player of all time. And then he gets that championship and winning that 2011 run. Now people saying he's the second, the third, maybe the fourth greatest power forward of all time, top five already. It's that quick. It's that quick. Other than him, Kobe just submitted himself, continued to submit himself as a top 10 player of all time. Before then, it did it did absolutely nothing for Paul Pierce in my personal opinion. I think Paul Pierce is top 50. I don't know about top 40 or top 30. I have no idea. That I don't know. I know it really didn't do nothing for his career, quite honestly. It's like, yeah, I got it. For position wise, yeah, top 10 small forward of all time because of it. But other than that, I don't think it really moved him anywhere in that list. And then let's see, that was 08. 07 did nothing for Tony Parker. Zero thing for Tony Parker. It pushed up Tim Duncan for winning another championship more than anything. 06, it submitted Dwayne Wade automatically as the third greatest shooting guard of all time, in my personal opinion. 04, it did nothing for Chauncey Billups' career. 04 didn't do nothing. 05 for Tim Duncan, that just submitted him as the greatest power forward in my all time, in my personal opinion. 04 didn't do nothing for Chauncey Billups. 03 continued to submit Tim Duncan's status as the GOAT power forward. 02, 01, and 2000 for Shaq submitted him as a top 5 center of all time. It potentially could have been the GOAT if he kept it pushing. And then after that, it's all 90s. I'm not going to go to all the 90s stuff. But as you can tell, from 2000 through now, 2024, it submitted a lot of players. Not only did it submit a lot of players, it changed a lot of it did a lot for these players. That's what it did. Some players, some here and there, didn't do anything for them at all, and then other ones it did a lot. So rings are important. I think they're very important. Yes, I understand y'all like to use this a team game and stuff like that and stuff, but at the end of the day, I'm pretty sure we'll have a different outlook on Derrick Rose. If I'm pretty sure we'll have a different outlook on Derrick Rose if Derrick Rose had a championship added to his name. I think we'll look at him differently. I think Westbrook, in my personal opinion, Westbrook had a championship or gets a championship still because he's still playing. If he gets a championship, that's number 6. I'm jumping him that quick. I'm jumping him number 6. I got him at 10. I jump him to number 6 automatically. Number 6 as a point guard. Yep. One ring. That's all he needs. His resume is already ridiculous. One ring, good. Same thing with Chris Paul, but he's playing for Spurs. Unless somehow Spurs get to the playoffs, somehow they go on a crazy run. Somehow, if Wemby decided to have Dirk 2011 run, okay. But a lot of role players help Paul George out. I think I can make an argument for Paul George being a top 10 small forward then. I think I can make an argument for him. You know what I'm saying? It's one of those things. You know what I'm saying? Some of these older players, it does more for their legacy long-term wise. It helps them out for their positions. But on the all-time list, man, I think that's a little bit different. But That's my personal opinion. How important are rings to you, though? You let me know down in the comment section. If you're new, hit the like, comment, and subscribe. The next podcast I am planning on doing are awards. We're gonna discuss the awards and the situation with every single award and what it means to these NBA players. Um, Derrick Rose, we're gonna see what's going on with Derrick Rose. I'm not too for sure what's going on with Derrick Rose. I'm not gonna lie. I don't know what's going on with Derrick Rose. He got waived by the Grizzlies, and I don't know what's going on there. I don't know if he's planning on retiring, but once I find out some information, y'all get a video for it. Um, that's about it. Y'all guys like, comment, and subscribe, and I'll catch y'all on the next podcast or the next video I do.